say, inside our Tarikats history, we're seeing that people, instead of either A, coming to the Shaykh to say, I'm having this problem, I'm having this doubt, can you please help me with it? Or B, to say, I have a problem, I'm just going to leave. They try to make fitna. And they really have to try to pull people away with them or to do damage to the Shaykh. What's that element of the ego that we see every time this happens? Like almost every time that it happens that somebody has doubts, it turns into lashing out. They don't just leave or come to ask questions sincerely.
Why they're doing that?
Why is
Maybe
that
you should ask them. That's why we are not impressed by people kissing our hands or kissing our feet or saying we love you or saying we're here for you, da da da. We're not impressed by that. We don't ask for that. We're impressed when the going gets tough and you're holding on. That's what we're impressed by. So it's even worse than shaitan. That is ego. It's even worse than shaitan. Okay? Because that's exactly what shaitan is saying. Okay? Because of that one, I'm being put in hell. Meaning separation from you, being in your displeasure, being in Allah's displeasure. It says, okay, then I'm going to take as many with me to go down that way as possible too. You understand? I'm not content. Shaitan could have just said, Astaghfirullah. Okay? But that Astaghfirullah comes with a condition too. The Astaghfirullah is bow down to Adam. So no, I refuse to. If you're going to put me in hell, then I'm going to bring down as many of them as possible. That is the kind of hopelessness, the kind of darkness that comes from shaitan. The one who despairs of his Lord's mercy is very dark. He is the first one to be depressed. He is the first one to have anxiety. He is the first one to be so dark and hopeless and self-destructive. Because he's only destroying himself. And it's so easy. But that's stubbornness, preventing people, the shaitanic stubbornness. So, but I'm saying it's worse than shaitan, because at least shaitan is not denying Allah. You understand? But those ones are worse than shaitan because those ones deny their guide and want to make other people to also deny the guide. And that is the ego. That's why they're saying the ego is 70 times worse than shaitan. Because the ego declares itself an ilah. Shaitan will never declare itself that it's an ilah. Although people will worship shaitan, but shaitan will never say, I'm deserving of worship. Because shaitan knows. But that ego, the ego does not know. The ego has to be in control. So that one, people who are doing it, it's understandable. Because now shaitan will whisper and the ego will take it further. Shaitan will say, now forget about every good that he has done. Remember that wrong thing. Perceived wrong. Forget about the time he helped you. Forget about everything. Especially these days. In the old days, they have disagreement, they just turn and they walk. They don't look back, these days they are worse. They try to. So, we're not doing anything. We're just sitting here. We're doing the same things that we're doing. We're not even hitting back. Because Allah is watching, and I'm sure He's watching. Let them to defend. So, when they're convinced that I've seen this happening with Shaykh Efendi. They're convinced that Shaykh Efendi is shaitan. Completely. Everything he does. No. Completely. Then they say because he's evil, he must be stopped. And he must be destroyed. You understand? So it's swing. Complete evil, they say. Saying about me too. So, it's okay. What can I do? You think we are that terrible? You think we are that bad? Take a ticket. There's so many people who think we are bad too. Wait for your turn. And always they run from us. Always. Always they run. Never they come face to face and say, you are evil. They hide and they run. That is a characteristic. Understand? Am I going to run after them? I have better things to do. Caravan continues, alhamdulillah. But like I said, we're not depending. We heard Shaykh Efendi saying so many times, I'm not depending on any one of you. I'm depending only on my Allah. Because he has seen so many times betrayal happening over and over and over and over again. What we have seen is only a fraction of what he's gone through. So who knows? Like I said yesterday, they're doing this. And tomorrow, they say to you. So we learn not to get too happy. We learn how to get too sad. Ya Allah, make us to be strong in this way, to continue with our work, inshallah. That's all. To be busy with what concerns us. Yes.